Most Americans eat about 22 pounds of tomatoes a year, a lot of that in ketchup and tomato sauce. Sun-dried tomatoes, once a delicacy, are now a staple for a lot of chefs and cooks at home. That's good news for one Northern California family who's found success in the soil and the sun.
All right, so let's see how our sauce is coming here, Mom.
Country cooking comes naturally to the Mooney family. Cooking with ingredients that have made this third-generation farm family well known across the country and around the world. In fact, you may have sampled their Bella Sanlucci sun-dried tomatoes at home or at your favorite restaurant, tomatoes soaked in olive oil and herbs.
When you eat a sun-dried tomato, that's very healthy if you just want to, pick up a dried one, but add the olive oil, sun-dried tomatoes packed in olive oil. Your body actually can ingest more lycopene with the addition of olive oil.
Mary's mother, Gretchen, was raising kiwi fruit on this family land in 1987 in some tough economic times.
We needed $30,000 in 30 days. Had to have it, had to save the ranch, and we got it. So we sold fruit on the side of the road, my sister and I, my brother, we made this money, we saved the ranch.
Pulling together, the family decided to venture beyond kiwi to new crops and new products. Tapping into the abundance of tomatoes grown in California, they began producing sun-dried versions. Naming their product Bella Sanlucci, beautiful sunlight in Italian, the Mooney saw demand explode. Today, they ship tens of thousands of pounds of their sun-dried products all around the globe. Mary's brother Steve is the plant manager.
As opposed to something like flour where you produce a product and no one can eat it by itself. It has to be mixed with 10 other things to finally get something. This you can just eat it by itself, or you can add it to something or dice it up or add it to a sauce or a soup or a pizza. So it's a fun product, and it's a fun product to make.
Producing the sun-dried products is a cooperative effort. The Mooneys contract with growers to produce ripe tomatoes, which are then shipped to drying yards.
Which wash them and clean them and cut them in half and put them on trays and lay them out in the sun. And depending on the temperature, whether it's warm or very hot, they could sit out from anywhere from 4 to 5 days to 10 days out in the sun, dehydrating.
Then delivered to the Mooney farms near Chico, California. The bright red sun-dried tomatoes are used to create a number of Bella Sanlucci products.
The original recipe actually came from my great-great-grandfather's Portuguese cookbook. And it was something that we would have when we went to Grandma's house, because my father was half Irish and half Portuguese. And so it was something we were rather used to in the summers. And then from there, when we were trying to kind of get a footing again, when the Kiwi Ranch was having difficulties, and we thought to ourselves, well, what do we know from our history? What product is it that we can kind of pull out of a magic hat and help? And that was the first one that came to mind, is it's delicious, it's produce, we know where to get tomatoes, and California had dry yards. So it was kind of a natural fit.
But just as innovation sparked the rebirth of this family farming operation, the Mooneys see the necessity of creating new products that expand on the success they've found so far.
I said, we like to add flavors to our sun-dried tomatoes. Wouldn't it be nice if you could give the consumer something that's simpler and value-added? Because everyone's, you go to the produce department, now there's like onions and there's chopped onions. Everything is value-added and convenience for the customer. Why don't we bring them some additional flavors? So I said, what goes with tomatoes? Always basil. Tomato, basil.
New product development, as well as selling established favorites, keeps the production plant busy with shipments around the world.
I can't believe we're in Iceland, New Zealand, Europe, Dubai. We just shipped an order to South America. So we're getting all these great places we get to visit and go to now, and emails. Now that we're so global with the internet, we get emails from people all over the world talking about how much they like it. Do we have a recipe? Of course, I'm thinking to myself, what language am I going to send this in? There's challenges, but it is very exciting to be international.
And satisfying to have confirmed their belief that pulling together could turn their farming operation around, a belief that came as no surprise to the family matriarch.
I always knew my children were very, very exceptional. They did very well in school. They did very well in 4-H. They did very well in everything they went into. And so I wasn't that surprised.
We've really been blessed. And I know that. I know this just doesn't happen to everyone. I know that something special here. We worked very hard, but it's still been a lot of luck and also a lot of great partners that have worked with us to help us have what we have. This is not a corporation. This is a family partnership. My name's on it. I am vested in what you think. I am vested in how I have been perceived in your home. It's going into your home, to your table with your family. And so we take great pride.